Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and I'm just leaving, not pulling out of, but just driving out of Caballo Lake State Park in New Mexico. It's near Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Probably about 15 miles from Truth or Consequences, where you can go to a Walmart and stuff. But anyway, right down here on the left, there's two things I want to show you. One is a free camping site that I found by pure accident just driving around the other day, and I'll go down here and show it to you. I drive real slow, so if you guys are in a hurry, you'll have to find another channel. I'm driving 35 right now, and it's a pretty day. Temperature outside is probably about, 68 to 70, no wind, and as you can see, the usual clear sky. But just before we get to Interstate 25 up here, we take a left and go down not too far, and there's a free campsite. It's got the old vault toilet, and they have a trash can there, or a dumpster, but it's a big sign there that says free camping. If I can find it again, this is called, actually the lake is formed by the Colorado River. Scratch that, wrong, Rio Grande River. The Rio Grande that runs into Texas and separates Texas from Mexico. Okay, we're going to go down to Caballo Dam, or in that direction. So just remember that if you're coming from on 25, whichever way, just after you cross over the interstate or exit the interstate, depending on which way you're coming from, you take this first turn right here, depending on which way it will be a right. You would be taking a right, or what would that be? East, as you can see. But it says, pay station ahead, all visitors, no parking, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to go ahead and go down here. Now this is Caballo Dam. There's nobody at this station. Or there hasn't been. I'll probably run by now and they'll call the police on me. No, there's nobody in the booth. Okay, now there is a place to go out here and camp for free. You kind of have to be looking for it, okay? But anyway, this is Caballo State Park. So apparently there's Caballo State Park, and then there's Caballo Lake State Park, and then there's Percha Lake Park. Okay, this is called Percha Flats. You turn left in here, as we're going to do. The dam is straight ahead. There's the river and the lake. And it's a really neat little place. There's nobody here, as you can see, but this is free. It says, well, if you have the annual pass, it's free, I think. But yeah, you can come down here, and I don't know about that toilet, but they do have a dumpster, and there's nobody here. Nobody. But this is called primitive camping, and as you can see, there's a little loop here. No off-road vehicles, hallelujah. Not that I don't like off-road vehicles, I would just assume they went somewhere else when I'm camping. Yeah, you can see, you can go all back in here. There's all kind of places to pull over and camp, and it's of course primitive camping or dry camping. But yeah, you can go, I guess you could drive almost right down to the lake, and if you wanted to, you could go fishing. But anyway, we'll go back out of here now. But anyway, as I recall, there's a sign somewhere that says free camping, because that's what turned me on to this place. But it's just right off I-25. You just kind of take the first right back. Now, you're not going to hear any road noise down here because you're kind of down the hill from the interstate, so highway noise should be a minimum. Obviously, it's a dirt road, but it's not too bad. Not too rough, as you can see in the camera. Okay, now we'll go back up here, and then we're going to go down to this little state park. I'll do Percha Dam too. Anyway, this says primitive camping, and then it says $8 a night there. But of course, if you have the annual pass, it's free. Where did I get the idea it was free? Maybe they changed that sign, because it was free. But be that as it may, let's go on down here. That's one campground that I haven't shown you. This road goes right behind the rock dam, and it's a little on the rough. Well, it's not rough, it's paved, but it's like it's a, what do you call it, a washboard pavement. Pretty rough, kind of like you run into out at Quartzsite, but not quite as bad. Pretty place though. This goes right down to close, actually you're right on the river as it exits the dam, even though they're not letting much water out because it is a drought, and so they're holding all the water back they can, because a lot of people use that water for irrigation, and then downstream they use it for irrigation too, or also, but they just let out enough to satisfy the farmers and the ranchers, and that's about it. Kind of like they do in Texas at the dams near me. They let out enough to satisfy the rice farmers downstream, and that's about it when in a drought. There's always a fight over water, folks. Always a scramble for water. But I've got my green decaffeinated tea with me, and I got my dark chocolate and dark chocolate almonds. And if the video's a little shaky, I mean, I'm going 20, so about not much I can do other than turn it off. You know, this road leaves a little bit to be desired, but I'm determined. See, this is like climbing a mountain. Once you start, you do it. So we're down behind the dam now. It's a bit. I'll keep the video going long enough, I hope, to show you this on the way out. You'll see the rock dam, and then we go down here and we've got. Okay, this is called Caballo Lake State Park. This is just another campground. But what you could do if you have the state park pass is you can come into this park and stay a couple of weeks, and then go back to the other campground and stay a couple of weeks, and then go over to the other campground and stay a couple of weeks, and you haven't moved 30 miles. I probably should have gone around this way. Pay fee, avoid fine. You don't have to, you can go ahead and get your site and then come back and pay. I mean, it's not like they're following you around ready to issue you a ticket. But just down there where the camera's pointing now, that's where the river is. Straight ahead is the campground. There's camping sites on the left. These are what you would call, most of these are tent camping sites on the left. Let me turn it to the left. So well, leave it there, because we'll leave it like this, and then I'll turn around and come back in a minute. You can see the right, there's showers and stuff. They got flush toilets and stuff. Have a little playground for the kids. Speed limit's 5, and I'm going 10, and I just hit a speed bump. It's hard to go 5, it is. That's like walking. Cars aren't made to walk. So we'll go up here. Okay, yeah, electric sites. All the electric sites have water, and they're $14 a night if you don't have the annual pass. The annual pass costs you $225 for 13 months. If you buy it at the first of a month, you get a full 13 months. A lot of RV sites in here, but they're crowded. No doubt the park is crowded. Now this is where you'd get tricked. There are water and electric sites all around this loop here, and we'll come back and do that. But if you go to the left here, which I'm going to do just for a little bit, and show you that down this road, this turns into a gravel road here, there are campsites, okay? And I'm going to turn the camera to the left here so you can see them. But yeah, they're primitive campsites. There's no water or electric down here, but if you've got solar and you've got some water in your tank, they're not bad. They're right on the river. You can just walk right down to the left, down to the river, which is basically dry. I mean, there's a little water. It's a trickle, okay? It's about 3 or 4 feet wide in spots, and in other spots it's just, it's not much water in it. But anyway, this road winds on around quite a ways, but I'm going to turn around here. I just wanted to show you what you get in the primitive campsites. But again, you're right on the river. So what does that mean? Not much. Not a hell of a lot right now, because they're holding the water back And the campsites have a little table. I'm not sure if they have a shade thing. Some of them do, I think, further down. But I'm not going to drive all the way down there again today. But you can see the water in the river there. There's a little water here, but it's like that's a pool, kind of like where it pooled up. And I'll turn the camera back straight now. Here comes one of the park employees going about 40 miles an hour throwing up dust. But that's okay, they're exempt. But it is a pretty place, actually. The climate here is nice, even during the summer. It'd probably get up into the 90s in the summer. But if you're in the shade, it'll be comfortable. It won't be too bad because the humidity makes all the difference, guys. The low humidity makes all the difference. Well, anyway, we're going to zip around through the park now. And let me turn the camera back around. Well, I'll leave it there, never mind. So you can see there's a campsite up here on the right. It doesn't have a shade, but, get you a hat with a big brim or find you a tree. Not many trees out here, guys. Not many trees. Okay. They're towing that Prius. Well, all you got to do is get the front wheels off the ground because it's front wheel drive. All right, now these are the sites straight ahead are the ones with water and electric. Let me do it a little bit more like this. Okay, and then I'll just leave it like it is because you can see the campsites. They got a lot of campsites, but as you can see, there's somebody parked in every one of them. But these people just rotate around in this area, I guarantee you. These are the wise old campers. A lot of them are from New Mexico living out here on the cheap because you pay $225 a year and then $120 a month for water and electric. That's not a bad deal, right? And they got a dump station here. And they always have a lot of reservation sites, unfortunately. And most of them are empty, like the ones on the left there are empty because they're reservation sites and there's nobody there. There's an R-pod in that campsite. And this, you can go to the right here and there's a couple of campsites on the right hand side of the road, or you can go straight ahead and this takes you out, and that's where we're headed. But I didn't see any. I haven't seen any. There's one up here. There's two, actually. I see two vacancies right now, and this guy here is leaving in the Airstream. That would be 3. So, it's hit and miss on these first come, first serve. Well, this is a reserve site. That's why there's nobody here. And the one right beside it is a reserve site, and they're both vacant. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I kind of wish they'd just go to, all first or 99 or 95% all first come, first serve. That seems to be what people want because they're all taken. So give the public what they're asking for. But of course, if you are a government entity, you don't have to worry about running your operation like a business because taxpayers fund it. That's your revenue source. Good old taxpayers. All right, now we'll go back and I'll let you see the dam on the way out, and then we'll shut this one down and I'll go over to Percha Dam and do it. One way, keep right. Okay, we'll do that. The rock dam is straight ahead, as you can see. Maybe not too well because I don't have it zoomed. The reason I don't zoom the camera a lot is because that just magnifies any shakes, makes them worse. That is what you call an earthen dam, I think, but actually it's rocks. It's just a big pile of rocks. And that, boy, do they have rocks. You bet they got rocks. I'll zip in here and you can see a little more of the dam over here. They got a big fence there to keep anybody from jumping off in there, I guess. I don't know. We do stuff like that in the United States. We fence things so people can't commit suicide by jumping off, and then they just go somewhere and kill himself anyway. All right, so that takes care of that, guys. Now you have seen another campground at Caballo Lake State Park. You saw the primitive campsite, but if you have the pass, you can camp there for nothing. Well, you can camp in any of the state parks without water or electric for free if you have the state park pass, okay? But isn't this beautiful? Look at that sky, man. Come on. I mean, it's like that almost every day. Every day. Well, in the evenings, it's kind of like the monsoons, you know, like when you're in Hawaii on the island. Every afternoon about 2 o'clock, it comes up, it rains a little bit. Well, here, the clouds get ready like they're going to do it, and then they don't because it's Virgo. You know, I mean, the rain is falling, but the humidity is so low that the rain never quite makes it to the ground. But anyway, I'm going to end the video because we're back on that rough road, and that's the end of that. So anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want, anytime you want. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission, and it does not cost you 1 penny. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, take deep breaths, do all that stuff to keep your health. You know what I mean? Breathe in, breathe out, you know, and, you know, accentuate the positive. You know what I mean? Keep your health, and then you'll want to get out and do stuff. Anyway, guys, adios again. Enjoy your life. Carry on. Bye-bye.